Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is web development series. Today we are going to learn something very important in the React. That is the not just how to use the React, but what happens inside the React. How React works internally, why re-renders happen, what is virtual DOM, what is reconciliation, or and how to improve the performance. Don't worry, I will explain everything in a very simple way because even when I am learning this topic like a beginner, I also feel confused when I learn this first time. But now everything is same. So first one is what is re-render. Uh, in simple words, if I say when React runs, it update the component again. This is called the re-renders. Means that is called the re-render because that is the simple way to say what is re-render. When React update any component, it again run, and that is the why does when does re-render happen? Re-renders happen when any state change, means any value change, any props change, any parent component re-render change, context change. So re-render is the normal, and re-render is not a bad thing, but React is made to re-render, but too many unnecessary re-rendering can slow down your app. That is why where performance matters. So let's see in the VS Code. Let's write a simple code here. Let me write const count set count equal to use state initial value is the 0. A normal set variable. Now inside this h1 count, and here let me count and make a button here, that is for increase, and on click it's just call this set count plus 1. So normal setup increasing count. Let's see, I get the value 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So here let's write here the one more thing is the function child component. So function child function component, and here just write console.log child in this child rendered, and also here the UI is the return h2 the child component, and also inside this parent component console.log app render. So let's see here, let me refresh this. Okay, I forget to link this child here, and let me refresh this. I get the child component here as the UI part, and also here app render child render. When I increase the app or click the increasing button, the app render child render again. So every time, even though child is not using any count, child is static here, there is no link with the parent or child component. The child component just console this and return the UI. So because when parent re-render, child also re-render, this is called the React behavior, and there is this is not an issue, this is called the behavior in the React by default. But this is not a good way to rendering everything every time. We optimize it just a few minutes. So now let's come to the what is virtual DOM. Uh, Virtual DOM means, first question is what is DOM basically. Virtual DOM is the second thing. What is DOM? DOM is the real browser structure. Like when we change something in the DOM, means this. Wait a second. Yes, if you see this image, This image has the document, root element HTML, head tag, title, body. In the body we have anchor tag h1. This is called the DOM tree, document object model. In the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, in the React we have this DOM. Because in the React we already have one file index.html. From this we are just operating everything from this index.html file, and this DOM is building from this tree. Now, when we change something in the DOM, browser had to repaint or re-layout entire web application. Entire application means they create again head, title, body, anchor tag, h1 tag, header, or reference. Everything it repaint the. So this is slow. React does something smart. Instead of directly updating the real DOM, React creates a copy. This copy is called a virtual DOM. Now, virtual DOM is just a JavaScript object, not the real HTML, just a JavaScript representation of UI. Like in the virtual DOM, if I say I am changing the state here, increase button I am changing 7, 8, 9, 10. Now React is doing that instead of entire layout change, they just see the virtual DOM with the actual DOM, means previous DOM with the updated DOM. They mean they have two copies. One is for the previous DOM, one is the updated DOM. They check where is the difference come, means what update in this count value update. They just change the count value in the update and destroy the previous one and copy the new one, take the new one update value here. So that is how new virtual DOM created and new virtual DOM work. React compare old and new virtual DOM and only change the part updating the real DOM. They never change the head tag, title tag, body, anything. They never change. They just change it that specific value. Now next is what is reconciliation. So reconciliation means comparison process. I just tell you one thing here. Just a few seconds ago, the React compares the old virtual DOM with the new virtual DOM. That comparison is called the reconciliation, and means this comparison process is called the reconciliation. It is also called the diffing algorithm, and in every React interview they mostly ask what is diffing algorithm or this word reconciliation. So you have to just say the process of comparison between the old virtual DOM with the new virtual DOM, and this is called the this reconciliation diffing algorithm. If only one text change, React update only that text, not all whole the page. That's why React have feels faster. Now how React diffing works means any element change, they just destroy the old one and create the new one, and for the same time only for this. Now the third point here is the very important list. Like in the normal DOM we are seeing the body, anchor tag, h1 tag, but in the list, how means if a table has the 1000 element, 1000 rows, they if I change into the 666 value row value in the 666 row value, then they have to see the entire value in the entire row into and the entire table list value. No, for that we have a one more thing, that is the keys. In the reactor we have keys. Like here, this is how we see how we rendering the array method into the table into the list. We have a key here inside this, and this key is help us to optimize the help the react to optimize the value. But using the index as a key is not a good practice, because if the list order change, React get confused. So instead of that, use the ID from the coming from the backend server, backend data, because every database gives us a key, a ready-made key that is unique, and many hexadecimal key. So a key help React to identify which item change. They directly go that item specifically and improve the performance. Avoid wrong UI update. Always use the ID as the key. Now common causes of unnecessary re-render. Yes, because there are the means parent re-render, child re-render. Like here, I am increasing this and this child component re-render again. And inline function inside JSX. This is also called new object every render and missing the React.memo. Yes, this is the React.memo. These are the three things: React memo, use callback, and these are the three things to prevent the unnecessary re-renders. So first one is the React.memo. So let's see inside this app.jsx. This is a normal function child. So inside this, just modify this function. Use the React dot memo and cover into the what happened to this. Okay, I have to make it arrow function, not the normal function, and also make it arrow. Now here react.memo, and we are using the console.log and return. So if you see here now, let's see, let me refresh the page, increase. Now see app.renders console, but child render is not console because we are using the react.memo here because react.memo prevent re-render. If prop does not change, then why to re-render again and again? Like here, if I pass here the count value, here I just pass the count value. Now see, every time count change, it re-render. Every time count change, it re-render the child component. But when I remove this count, it stopped re-rendering the child component. Increase app render, app render, app render. Means there is no child component rendering. So this is the power of the React.memo. So it stopped the unnecessary re-rendering. Now let's come to the use memo. Imagine a heavy calculation in your application, like in your component you have a function that are fetching data from a very large data set from a server, and it's take multiple second, means many seconds. So but you are using only single time, you are not using it every time you are updating the data. But every time you apply the component, it's the function run again you by using the use factor or the dependency array. But how to avoid that expensive calculation? For that, use the use memo. This one, use memo help us to means reduce the count, means only the only the run the value, only the run the dat function when this data value change, right? Means I have a 10,000 table, means 10,000 rows of table data. There is no need to render every time the table, means if I just click the button or something, data value does not change, then there is no need to again fetching data 10,000 values again and again from the server. For reducing that, we have to use the use memo. If any data value change, like I edit or delete the data, for that we have to run this expensive value function for heavy calculation function. Else don't be there is no need to change. So for that, use this use memo as the callback function. Now use the callback when we pass function to the child component. Now function reference stay the same. This help prevent the child component child re-rendering. Now what is React Developer Tools? This is a very important tool, React Developer Tools. It is a browser extension basically, and there is nothing special. You can see the component tree, see props, see state, check which component re-rendering, user profile to measure performance. You can install into any browser, Chrome, Firefox, Brave, Safari, anyone. Now, React features of React developer tools, we can see component hierarchy or rendering or track the props change. Now, what is profiling? Profiling help us to which component renders, how many times, the performance. Now, performance best practices. So use the props use the keys and the list, avoid unnecessary state, keep components small. Means if your components has many things like fetching the data, initializing the variables, and passing the UI, and small components that are using inside the main return JSX part. So divide this into the four parts, means 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of single component, you divide it and use the React memo when needed for reducing the re-rendering. And use the lazy load for the large component. Avoid the heavy calculation in the renders. Now React internal flow. Like a user click the button, like here I click the button. So state change from 18 to 90 come, and then component run again. The entire component run again. Here you are not seeing anything in the any because there is nothing, just a four line of code, and you are seeing the it is running whatever it is. Yes. Now then new virtual DOM created when component rerun and reconciliation happen, and only change the part that is update, like here 0 and 1 and 2. The all the others are the same, and browser update the UI very fast. And that is the React internal working in a simple way. So very important advice for you, do not over optimize early. First make your website, make your web application, first make it work, then check performance using the developer tools, how much second it take, then optimize it only when needed. And premature optimizer is the bad way. So today we learn what is re-render, why re-render happens, virtual DOM, reconciliation, diffing algorithm, keys, React.memo, use fallback, React developer tools, internal flow. Now you understand not just the React usage but React brain. In next video we will go even deeper. If you found this video helpful, like, share, subscribe to JDCodebase. See you in the next video.